Dilip Piramal joins us, Chairman with VIP Industries. Mr. Piramal, good morning. Thank you for joining us. How would you summarize the
Good
festival
morning.
season gone by? How would you say that demand is moving for your category? Bad, really bad, or just bad?
Well, I'll talk about the last quarter, and that was the September quarter was quite tepid. And it wasn't unexpected though. We had virtually flat sales. We grew by about 3%. And as I said, that was the expectation, that is the trend. And we are in line with the consumer companies who have shown 6% growth in the first half, and that is what we have also done. Things are slightly better now, but that is expected also because this is the festive season has set in. And let us see now how the month of October pans out, month of November pans out. At the moment, everybody is very cautious because no one can forecast anything. People like me are always forever optimistic that things will improve, but it could be wishful thinking also.
Wow, okay, so, all right. So continuing to remain fairly cautious there, if we could just break that down further and talk a little bit more about that, Mr. Piramal, because if you're still seeing, a slightly uncertain environment going ahead, how are you strategizing to cope with that?
It is not clear to anybody that what the cause of this consumer downturn is. So there is not much we can do. We are just planning our inventories and our other actions accordingly. And we cannot be too aggressive in our marketing expenditure because profits do go down if volumes do not increase, especially in products like ours, where the gross margins are quite high. The good thing for us is that we have improved our gross margins in the last quarter. Of course, the EBITDA and all has not been so good because EBITDA is a function of volumes, particularly for us. And of course, there is a slight change in the accounting principles. That's why EBITDA is seen as higher, but there is a change in the way we account for lease rents, which means that the rent is not debited as rent, but it's shown as an asset. And then we depreciate the asset and we pay notional interest on the amount of the loan, which is sort of notional loan, which is created on the value of the assets. It's quite a convoluted system, according to me, but it is there. So the only good thing was that our margins went up. Our margins are under control. So we are waiting and watching. There's nothing much we can do.
Sure. Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about the e-com channel then. In light of this, how did that perform?
E-com is the fastest growing channel, and it did continue, that trend continues. And we are working on strategies to see that how there is not a very big clash with the other retailers. And I think we'll find a good way out.
And, just in terms of...
But it's a good channel.
Okay, okay.
It's a good channel and...
Okay. And between the different segments, where perhaps are you still seeing growth? Where are the margins? Where's perhaps more margin comfort? If you could just share any other numbers with us.
See, my company is a very boring company from that point of view at the moment because everything is, all our segments are growing equally, more or less equally. And in the last 2 years, the economy segment has become a bit larger, but now I think the growth is there in all the segments. And the competition also is more or less equal in all the segments. So, and margins also are a little bit higher in the upper segments, particularly in the top segment. That is where our brand Carlton is in operation. And but there the volumes are lower. But because the prices are a bit high, the margins are the highest there. But all our segments contribute equally because where the margins are slightly lower, the volumes are much higher. So both all Skybags and VIP, which are in the mass premium segment, and Aristocrat, which is in the economy segment, are all faring sort of equally. And our handbags brand Caprese also is doing quite well.
So frank with us this morning, Mr. Piramal. Always good chatting with you.